So, hello everyone. I'm sitting down with one of our agency clients, Christa, who is the owner of Functional Bodywork Therapy. And we've been working together now for several months. And so I wanted to take the opportunity to sit down and talk about how this process has gone, what it's been like from her point of view. She's someone I like to use as a great example of this idea of trusting the process, especially when it comes to paid advertising. There's lots of testimonials and things out there that says like, oh, I flipped the switch and everything was amazing and it just worked. But that was not the case at all, actually. It took us a few weeks to get things going and get things working to the point now, you've been hiring more team members. So I want to get some context first. So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
I started the business about 6 years ago. At the time, it was just me. I was just doing it mobilely, and it just continued to grow. And it got to the point where I needed my own space and continued to grow from there. Brought on my first team member. After that, we needed a bigger space, and it just, continued to grow and grow. And then I got to the point where I really wanted to focus on scaling the business, and I knew marketing was definitely not my strong suit by any means. So, I'd listened to your podcast, and so that's when I reached out to you and went ahead and decided to jump board with you and the whole marketing process.
Yeah, and it's been amazing working with you. And so I want to get a snapshot, I guess, of how things are now. So we're working together for several months now. How has it been like lately? What has been the impact of working together and having these ads done for your business?
Well, to give an idea, I have brought on a new team member in November of 2020. Having the hardest time getting clients to book with her. She is now booked out, I would say, about 2 weeks. And then I brought on another team member in March. And, this is all during the pandemic, just wasn't sure how things were going to go, was very honest and upfront with her about that. And, I think it took maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And now she's booked out close to a month in advance. So the process works. So
yeah, and that's awesome. And that's really exciting. That's one of my favorite things ever is when we get to work with someone and it's like, okay, we've got this initial goal. We are able to hit the goal, exceed it, and then start looking at growing to those next levels, those next phases. And so I want to look back, and I think most people only like to talk about the really fun, awesome stuff that sounds really well. But I understand that in the beginning, it did take us a few weeks to go through and find this winning campaign that we've been able to scale up. So, what was that process like for you in the beginning? What were you thinking? I know you found some guy, you paid him, he's now, doing your marketing, and I'm sure it's not going exactly the way you thought it was. What was that beginning phase like?
Obviously with anything new and, beginning something new, you're really excited. You obviously want that, satisfaction right away, but, that's not always the case. So, it did get a little frustrating after a couple weeks when we weren't really seeing a whole lot of leads coming in, especially, it's during a pandemic, things are just so unknown, and I'm, hoping to do this and jump on board with this to bring in more clients. And when I wasn't really seeing that, it did get a little bit frustrating. But, and I think, I had voiced those concerns to you, and you guys really kind of doubled down. And I think you only had to tweak a couple things, and then we just started seeing the clients really just pouring in and booking, and they're rebooking, and they're becoming regular clients. So it's it can be hard and frustrating at the beginning, but if you stick it out, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, and I want to thank you for, sticking it out with us. And it's one of the main things that we always, when we're bringing people on to our agency, we're recommending, there's a reason why we have like this minimum start period. We have a couple clients where we definitely get things figured out right away, but it can take a while. You've got to be on that end of the process.
Mm-hmm.
So for people who are listening or don't understand, we're using Facebook ads to send the clients to your business. And I understand that a lot of people, when they hear Facebook ads, they've tried them, it hasn't worked for them. For you, just in general before this, what was your experience with marketing?
Very little. A lot of my clients, I was at the time when I first started, I was really MD. So that's where I got a lot of my initial clients. And, that only got me so far. And then I realized, well, I need to do some kind of extra marketing. So, and I tried the Facebook ads, just dropped it, didn't, really do much else with it. And then, we have really good Google reviews. So a lot of people came in from our Google reviews and that. But I knew I had to invest in some kind of marketing that I knew was going to work. And that's when I found your podcast. So
yeah. And so how has the quality of clients been? I know that's a big thing people say about Facebook ads is like, oh, it's only deal seekers. It's never quality people. How's it been in your experience?
So that was, kind of one of my concerns going in was we were just going to get a bunch of, like you said, deal seekers. But that really hasn't been the case at all. Everybody that's come in, they're really truly coming in because they want to, feel better. They want to have a better quality of life. And, I would say 90%, if not more, are rebooking and becoming regular clients. So the return on investment that we're seeing is just it's pretty amazing. So I'm really happy with how everything has gone.
And I'm really glad for that, because I know, especially in the beginning, one of the things that we did is we had an initial discount offer, and I remember approaching you, especially during that time when it was not just giving us results, to say, hey, we'd actually like to go with an even bigger discount than what we had originally planned. We set all of our ads up with some basis of discount, but it's important to say the discount's the icing on the cake. It is not the core reason to bring people into your business. And you're mentioning the return on investment has been there, because I think what we changed the offer, like the increase in discount, I think has been more than made up for with the number of clients that have come in and all the people that have been booking. So that's really awesome. And I'm very, very excited about that. I just have been excited about that.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's watching this or listening to this and they're thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to hire him, maybe not, I don't know, they're on the fence. Are there any words of advice or things you want to share with them?
Be patient at the beginning. If you really truly want to scale your business, DJ is definitely the guy that can help you with that and help you with your marketing. And again, be patient and communicate with you. I think that's a really huge part of it. I'm really big on communicating with my team. If there's an issue, it should be communicated and, work together to solve the problem.
Yeah, excellent. So thank you so much for sitting down, spending the time to do this. And I want to thank anyone who's watching, listening, however it is they're consuming this content. If you're interested in learning more about what we've done together, you're interested in getting help scaling your business, you can reach out to me in my calendar at lntgrowth.com/chat. Again, that's lntgrowth.com/chat, and I would love to talk to you. That's all for now, guys, and I'll see you.